Hey folks, how you doing? Baltmatrix here, and today we're taking a look at everyone's favorite Autobot curmudgeon, Huffer. This is Deluxe Class Huffer from Transformers Kingdom. I picked this figure up over at thecommandstore.com. This guy is one of the figures that was announced late last year, late 2020, that I have been looking forward to, and he doesn't disappoint, and he kind of does at the same time. The painting on the figure is pretty good. It definitely feels like a Generation 1 Huffer design, and I'm welcome to that. But let's face it, that Generation 1 Huffer was a little bit weird. The overall aesthetic, though, I can't argue with it. The figure comes with two accessories, the first of which is his gun, and the gun actually splits in half for the vehicle mode. And the other accessory he comes with is this cool shield. However, the shield is a little bit strange because it looks like it's supposed to be held like this, but there's no way for him to hold it like that. But he could mount it on his arm and look through it like so. That kind of works. The overall look of the robot mode is absolutely fantastic. I love the way this thing looks. It looks exactly the way I wanted it to. However, if you go back and look at the renderings from Hasbro, there are a couple of differences. One, the wheels are a little bit different, and two, the bottom of the feet are orange in the renderings and they're gray plastic here. I am actually okay with that because in the alt mode, the gray on the back works better. The posability of the figure is pretty good. We'll go over that in a second. But there is one oddity going on, and that's specifically with his backpack. Straight out of the box, the figure's backpack is pushed up against his back like this. But according to the directions, you're supposed to have the robot mode with the backpack pushed all the way up like that. That's ridiculous. That looks so stupid, and it's nowhere near what I think the proportions for Huffer should be. So I kind of go a happy middle and do it about halfway down. Yeah, it's sticking off the back a little bit more, but I think that works a little bit better, and it definitely doesn't look as cattywampus as the, just giant satellite dish truck mode that he's got going on here. Though, could be a hoodie. Huffer is a pretty darn posable figure. Head is on a swivelly ball joint. There is a ball joint in there, but it's got virtually no up and down movement. Ball joint and hinge for the shoulders, swivel just above the elbows that bend just about 90 degrees. Unfortunately, the fists don't articulate. There is a torso swivel, ball joint in the hip, bend at the knee over 90 degrees, and there is foot articulation that it goes past 90 degrees. Huffer can do the splits. He's not happy about it, though. I absolutely adore this grumpy little bot in robot mode. I am so happy with it. It looks exactly the way I wanted it to. It poses well, and it's everything I wanted from a modern Huffer figure. In terms of height, he does scale to the deluxe class versions of figures from Kingdom, but he is shorter than other deluxe class versions. You can see
Blue Streak
back here. He is shorter than
Blue Streak,
and he is shorter than most of the deluxe class figures from Earthrise, but he's the same size as some of the deluxe class figures from Kingdom, which is really strange. And if you're wondering, yeah, he actually towers over Cliffjumper and Bumblebee, so don't worry about that. My Huffer's card that he came with is an arc that has an arc behind it. Yeah, whatever. I actually don't really care for these things. That's why I haven't been showing them off, because this is the 6th arc I have. I have Arc, or The Arc, Dinobot, and Optimus Prime. Those are the only ones I've got. Huffer's transformation is pretty easy, but interesting. So to start with, move the cab up all the way out of the way, grab the head and fold the entire front torso down, straighten out the arms and point them straight ahead, and then pull the shoulders down. That will allow you to flip the wheels out from behind the figure, then or behind the chest, then collapse that up, plug it in, take the arms and do what you can to get them to turn around. Okay, I kind of screwed that up, so we're just going to have to force them around like that. Then close the chest up. Take the arms and turn them so that the the ports, the siege ports are pointing to the outside. Peg the top shoulders in, fold the cab back, and peg it into the inside of the arms, like this. And then fold the fists in, flip the feet around to the front of the shins, peg the legs together, and fold up the legs like that. Finally, grab the gun and split it in half. You're going to need fingernails in order to do this, so split it in half. Take the shield and peg it into the back like this, and then the gun will peg into the sides of the shield and look absolutely ridiculous like this. And then we're done. The alt mode we end up with is a tiny little truck that is supposed to be able to haul a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't look right. I don't particularly like the bed that's sticking off of here. I think this looks pretty stupid, but as soon as you remove it, you realize that there is a problem with this design. Those wheels are not sitting correctly at all. If you actually pick the figure up and look at it, the wheels are not lined up. You see the front wheels are much lower than the back wheels, and it's almost as if they forgot a joint somewhere. So you peg in the legs, and then the whole truck looks like it's been split in half or snapped down the middle. And it doesn't work. It just does not work well. Now, yes, when you've added on this section and then you've added the guns on, it works a little bit better. But see how it's angled down to the middle of the truck? That doesn't work. That doesn't look right. It looks broken. And it almost makes me think that there's supposed to be an extra step that they somehow engineered out of the figure. It just looks dumb. But from the front, the alt mode looks great, which is weird. As soon as you look at it from the side, it looks terrible. But the front looks good. And heck, you can even see inside the windows, and it looks like there are seats in there. That's a very nice touch. Overall, I actually do like Huffer. I really like this figure. The robot mode alone sells it. Alt mode's got some issues. It just does. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm wondering if Dr. Wu or any of these other third-party companies are going to make like little repair kits for it. Oh, one thing you just saw there, I have a tendency when I push the wheels in or pull them out, the wheels pop off way too easily. Oh, well. I wouldn't say it's a failure, but it's definitely stupid. Anywho, I'm very happy with the figure in robot mode. Vehicle mode, not so much, but robot mode, definitely. Oh, and yes, he can pull Prime's trailer without any issue. I just can't find my Earthrise Optimus Prime anywhere. I think it actually got thrown out by mistake. Whoops. Anyway, so folks, I'm going to put some links down in the description to pick this up at your favorite e-retailer. Please be sure to follow those links to pick it up for yourself. I love this figure in robot mode. I think it's definitely worth having, especially if you're a fan of G1. Let me know what you think of this figure down in the comments. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. The bell isn't working right now for my channel for some reason, and I'm trying to figure out why. Thanks a lot. I've been Baltmatrix. I'll catch you next time.